what we have is like all these processing units where we have these sensors deployed. We have, like high-end firewalls deployed over there, right? The data which has been transmitted from these farms, processing plants, and hatcheries, and wherever our products are going through within Tanmiah's domain, we have end-to-end secured tunnels, okay, virtual private networks, okay, connecting these locations to our data center for transmitting data.
Hello everyone, welcome back to the Gaurav Batra show. I am in Riyadh today, and the topic which I have bring for you is how technology is changing the food industry. To have this discussion on this particular topic, I have a special guest with me. He is Zakir Shaikh. He is Group IT Head with Tanmiah Food Company. Let's hear him out. Salam Zakir. Welcome to the Gaurav Batra show.
Thank you, Gaurav.
So, as you have been in this industry from the long time, how you think that technology has evolved and contributing to the food industry?
Okay, so I will talk about poultry industry where I'm currently working with.
Yeah.
So technology has been a very major player or major factor where companies like us have grown their production over a period of time. So when you talk about the poultry industry, it's basically chickens, eggs, and from eggs to the bringing out the chicks, hatching them, and so when you talk about the technology, if you talk about the olden days of producing a chicken, like the hatching process was basically the chick has to sit on the egg for like 20-21 days and hatch those eggs, and then the chicks comes out. Now with the technology, there are we have our own hatcheries where this eggs are being put in the machineries for hatching. We don't expect our chicks to sit on the eggs and hatch. Okay, so there are hatcheries there, and there is a 21 days, 22 days of cycle, for each eggs to, Then later on, those chicks have been, when the day-old chicks comes out, then we bring them and vaccine them. Okay, so vaccination is another kind of thing which we use with technology or machineries, where all the chicks have been vaccinated at the day one, and then they go out to the farms. Now, conventional, without the use of technology, you would think of an open ground where you will put the chicks and then grow them, right? But nowadays, with use of technologies and facilities, what we have in production, we use all these automated gadgets for feeding water, feeding food, controlling the temperature, and all those kind of things. So you see, the life has become so much easy, when you talk about farming. Okay, so and nowadays let's say for each houses we call house where the chickens are there. So we have farms, and in farms we have different houses. So each houses we have around 25 to 30,000 birds in each house. Okay, and we have farms which are 10 houses, 20 houses. So if you have, let's say, if there is no technology, can you imagine the amount of people we will need? Okay, to manage those chickens.
That's quite big, yeah.
Right? Manage those chickens, right? Yeah. Then that's about growing the chickens, right? Okay, now we talk about processing the chickens, right? So nowadays, all the machineries we have in the production lines, right, which is all automated, right? Like once the chickens are fully grown, they come to our processing plant, okay, and when they are just put on the belt upside down, they are slaughtered in a very halal way, okay. And once they are slaughtered, rest of the whole process is mechanical. Okay, deskinning the feathers, removing the feathers, deskinning the bird, cutting them, processing them, segregating them based on the grades, packing them. So you see that technology, the use of technology, end to end. So can you imagine? And humanly, like if we say, right? So if we have a, like I'm talking about my company where we are doing around 550,000 birds a day. If I have to do those kind of production, can you imagine the number of people I will need, right? At each thing. But here, with the use of technology, use of that machines, integrated machines, those are reduced down to fractions.
Okay. Awesome.
So that's where the technology has been playing a major role, and especially I would say, and same goes for mutton manufacturers. Things have become drastically process techno process.
Exactly, and for this, I think in the technology you must be using many sensors, IoTs, the analytics,
exactly. And with these IoT devices now, right?
Yeah.
So this IoT devices helps us a lot. Like for example, earlier days, that's what I've learned from my CEO. I mean, I've never been part of that era, but I've learned that we have each farm, we have a farm manager, and then we have each house, we have a house manager. So if you have in one farm we have 10 houses, we have 10 house managers to take care of that particular house. So earlier the house managers used to sleep in the house itself, in the night. The reason is that there used to be ACs but sometimes the ACs goes bad, like they are not working, malfunctioning. So the temperature will fluctuate, and that fluctuation will cause damage to the chicken's health. So that's where we'll have more mortalities and stuff. But nowadays we don't need the farmers to any housekeepers there. We have sensors over there, right? Where the sensors are doing their job 24/7. No one has to sleep in the houses, And back office we have the dashboards where we monitor that. So any house which is going beyond the threshold, we will get alerts, and then we can call the farm manager and the housekeepers, to check that particular house. So it's much,
So technology in safety and quality is really a big example, So I think, apart from IoT sensors, there are data analytics and all, which is happening. So how you are thinking, apart from that, what all? So because you mentioned a lot of work has been shifted from manual to the automation, and so IoT is one, analytics is one. What other technologies you have, maybe from the supply chain perspective, from safety, quality, health of the chicken? You have given one example.
Supply chain, yes, is very much needed. Supply chain solution we have is end-to-end, where we can track and trace, each manufactured product back to the farm where they're coming from, right? So, like for example, we have around 180 farms or 200 farms, 200 plus farms at the moment, and those produce, like the farms will give us those chickens, the grown chickens, for processing. Then it gets processed and then get distributed across Saudi Arabia, Bahrain and Dubai. So if let's say any quality issues happen in one of the products in Dubai, so it's very important for us to understand that where exactly that quality issue happened. Was it at the processing plant? Was it at a transportation? Was it at a farm itself, right? So that traceability has to be there, right? So with this technology, with the help of technology, we are really able to track and trace, those things, with the supply chain solution. We use a lot of sensors. We use a lot of IoT devices, to gather those information, and everything that's collected, and then finally it's an analytics where we gather all the and prepare dashboards.
So lot of data and heavily used technology. You said in supply management, it's getting used for the manufacturing units, the plants, everything is there. So how importance you give to the cyber security? Because lot of data when you talk about IoTs and sensors, and also the control, the SCADA controls which are there, and everything is getting monitored by them. So if someone drives into this, not only the data they can use, but also can do the malfunctioning with the plant itself. So what kind of protection mechanism you have there, and how you and your board of directors gives importance to the cyber security?
Cyber security, okay. So see, there are always competitors, who wants you down, right? Because you are giving them tough time, right? So I mean, not everyone invests in the, hacking someone or that, but there are some bad guys, they do that, right? So, and plus there are a lot of other hackers and stuff who always want to make their money out, right? So our job is to protect the data from end to end, right? So what we have is like all these processing units where we have these sensors deployed. We have, like high-end firewalls deployed over there, right? The data which has been transmitted from these farms, processing plants, and hatcheries, and wherever our products are going through within Tanmiah's domain, we have end-to-end secure tunnels, okay, virtual private networks, okay, connecting these locations to our data center for transmitting data. Plus, on top of it, we have this data encrypted, okay, between our systems, while they are in transit or while they are processing from, or we are moving from one location to another. So we have like multiple layers of those security deployed. Okay, and physically there is a lot of security as well for for each and every locations what we have, because our industry is very sensitive to the bio hazards. So we, I remember during COVID days we could not go to our plants. Okay, plant people cannot come out of anywhere. Okay, same way goes for the farms. We supply them everything and what they need to live in that facility itself, and we requested them to stay there so they are safe and not get infected, because they get infected, the birds get infected. Again, the birds get infected, then definitely the bio things, biohazards will start. So security is a very serious business for us.
Okay, so that's glad to know that, and being in the industry, you are doing a great job, and having cybersecurity as a priority is also looking awesome.
Absolutely.
So I think great insights, Zakir. And I have one last segment where I ask my guests to talk to my audience directly. Okay, so here I will like to ask you that for the other leaders, in your same space in food or manufacturing industry who are watching you, how you keep innovating yourself, and how you make sure that the industry you are into, using the technology to stay ahead of the competition?
Very good question. It's about creative ideas, right? Yeah. How creative you can be, and in terms of marketing your product, okay, helping your e-commerce team to sell them, right? How what kind of processes you can re-engineer, okay, in your current domain, whether it's manufacturing or finance or supply chain, and how you can impact using the technology to cut down their overall processing time and reduce the manpower. Okay, that's where IT, from IT become the cost center to a profit center.
Exactly.
Right. So that's where we do. Now, how do we stay on top of our competitors? Is basically it means a lot of things. It's not just IT, right? So it's basically the product, the quality of the product, and which is a complete different team of people which take care of things, and on how our chickens are being, born, brought up, feeded, so they taste good, right? So there are so many things to that. But yes, from technology point of view, I would say is that the marketing, right? The digital marketing nowadays, right? It's very, very, very important, right? Because that's how you reach to the mass audience, right? Physical is now very limited, right? Those old days are gone where you see hoardings everywhere in the city, about products, right?
Yeah. Exactly.
So now it's all about digital marketing, right? So that digital marketing again is technology, right?
Yeah.
So how you use digital marketing to you showcase your products to the customers, and reach out to those end customers. So, for example, I'll give you an example of our company, again, poultry, chicken company, Tanmiah. We introduced in the market omega-3 chickens.
Okay.
Omega-3 is, basically, I used to take omega-3 tablets, every day as per the doctor, because I was short with some of my, vitals. So he prescribed me. But now, our doctors have our team of doctors. They have found some formulas, and mashallah, invested a lot of time, effort, and engineering and research to build that feed or produce that feed which we give to the chicken. And when we bring this chicken with those feed, okay, on daily basis, those chicken meat has omega-3 content.
Okay.
Okay, so that's something new. So that's a creative thing. Okay, that's a creative thinking. That's something different, So that's how we can beat the competition, right? So that's only one part. I mean, like there can be a lot more other things, and so that's how I would say sum it up is that technology, yes, is always there, but it's just the idea, right? Someone somewhere has to bring that innovative idea, and that can be materialized or it can be executed.
Awesome, right. And I think it's maybe a great insight session for my audience, and it was nice talking to you, Zakir. So here I have a small gift for you.
Thank you very much
for being on my show.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Gaurav, it's a really pleasure to be here.
Sure.
And,
great. And I hope you enjoyed this session as much as I did. As Zakir mentioned, so technology can help you to make it from cost center to the profit center. So let's delve into that and keep watching GB Show. I'll see you next week. Be safe till then. Take care. Bye-bye.